super weird. Okay, rolling.
Synchronizing. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every week by inviting you to check out Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois. Save a life or 9. I need to dive right in. I'm right back. The prince has returned.
We're here.
The Viking king that was promised.
I actually don't know what prophecy you're talking about.
I'm talking about you, baby brother. You're back in the saddle.
It's
Sing
me.
it. I'm back.
Back in the saddle again.
So we're just so fucking enthused to fucking be here. Christ Jesus. If you are not following Jacob V Weekly on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, if you're a geriatric monster, we are going to have to start streaming again because I realize I paid for stuff that I haven't been using, so I need to use it. So you can also keep up with us on twitch.tv/JacobV.
I'm going to say if you don't use it,
YouTube. The YouTube is huge right now. I am going to put the QR code here maybe or whatever that for you to subscribe on YouTube is so free to you and it's so helpful to me. And sometimes I'll have a video or a clip on YouTube that'll have thousands of views, more than the number of subscribers I have. So just, will you click something? You see shit every day you don't even want to see. Also, Patreon. I'm eating the cost of Patreon charging 30% if you're subscribing in the App Store via an Apple device. So if you want to help me out, whether you're a new subscriber at patreon.com/JacobV, which is always a good idea, the content has never slowed down. The people that are on the Patreon right now will never catch up with the amount of content I've given them because they're behind and it's never slowed down. You have full feature length in some cases, things that I'm working on and that you can see before anybody else. Sometimes it's the only place to see it. But if you do sign up for patreon.com/JacobV, do it on a web browser if you remember. I'm going to eat the cost anyway. Any support is helpful, but my God.
What other way would they do it?
If they do it via the app in the App Store, Apple is now taking 30% of that. So it's like $1 per subscriber for me.
Greedy bastards.
Yeah. It ends up being like $1.50 per subscriber for me.
Can't even buy a good candy bar for $1.50.
No, and I've really been moving into a more professional format with the show. I've really loved the progress it's taken. This is the first time that you're here since we've been shooting in higher resolution with these exact lights.
What are we in?
4K 25.
Oh, 4K 25.
And so you'll notice the last 10 episodes look a lot better than the last time you were here. You haven't been here in over 10 episodes.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I was just thinking about that. Like, when was I here last?
Yeah, and last time you were here, I think we sang Alice in Chains.
No, I've been there once again since then.
Okay, good.
But the 2 times I showed up drunk, and that was a bad idea.
No, it's good. I think you start drinking once you're here. We can't do a full 4 hours today, like my heart would like to, because I have other things I got to do.
It was actually both coincidences, because the one time I was already at a bar, and you had asked me to come do the pod, and then I said, okay, but I already had a buzz going.
Yeah, you catch that buzz quick,
and
don't
then
you?
the second time, well, I don't waste any time. I'm not here to fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you. Thank you.
It's supposed to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Also, there's just so much going on. You're getting married.
Yes, less than 2 months.
And so that's stressful.
Like 6 weeks.
So that's why I've been so patient with you for the most part. Have you seen this? Venezuelan gangs terrorizing Aurora, Colorado, occupying apartment buildings and looting stores. Have you seen any of this?
No.
Let me show you some of it real quick.
Okay.
And this is how you know I'm really on the street.
They're occupying or are they renting?
No. Oh, good point. I mean, they're taking it over and like robbing people and like, it's crazy.
But why Aurora, Colorado?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure someone's going to want to tell us. So, I saw a Facebook status that was made public where somebody says, why nobody talking about what's going on in Colorado? And then they started populating the comments with these summaries here. So this is one guy.
This was happening in 2024. Would you believe me? Let me tell you how crazy this is. In Aurora, Colorado, there's a Venezuelan gang that has taken over 2 apartment buildings. I kid you not. The landowner has contacted the local authorities. They said there's nothing they can do about it. That's SWAT laws, bro. I kid you not. Look this up. Number 2, he went to the FBI. They said there's nothing they can do. And he even went to the marshals, y'all.
I think he's leaving out the DEA. Should have gone to the DEA. But then there's videos of... here they are. So apparently these are Venezuelan gang members.
These are folks
hanging
out in a hallway
with guns,
apartment with guns
and nice hats on. And they're going around and apparently collecting rent
That guy
in cash from people that live in these buildings.
Must have bought that at like a Tommy Bahama.
Yeah, some of the outfits are choice.
Well, why not?
And then there's one where they're in... Look, they're in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's trash.
And they're trashing the joint.
Oh, they're
shooting guns. So this is a developing story.
So there was a thing that I heard that Texas apparently is catching illegal immigrants and putting them on buses and sending them to different cities to get them out of Texas.
Florida was doing that too.
And so it's like they're going to like Chicago, and it's increasing the homeless rates, you know,
right,
because of the people that are just dropped off there off a bus and they're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, GOP officials in a lot of border states have been doing stuff like that. Like they did, like DeSantis sent a bus full of migrants apparently to like somebody's house. Like he sent them to like... Do you mind looking that up? DeSantis.
DeSantis sent them to Massachusetts.
So he took a bunch of migrants, I guess, in Florida and shipped them to, but it was like somebody's house or like a campus or something.
Okay, let me look it up.
Because it was like a very targeted political thing where it's like, I'm not just deporting them to a different state. Like I'm going to send them to, as if he sent them to Nancy Pelosi's house.
Exactly. No, yeah.
But I don't think it was Nancy. Like, he sent some to New York, I think, but they're having
like
this
very
problem.
Blue cities.
Apparently they're... And it's so hard because the language is so coded and people are so insensitive about things. It's hard to know exactly.
Right.
But people are saying that there's hotels full of migrants in New York, and there's problems with immigrant squatters all over the country in these different places. Different groups are sent to different places.
Squatters and the homelesses.
Most of the squatters I know have been citizens. Usually when I meet a squatter, it's a citizen.
Because they have their rights.
And they, trust me, they're the first ones to tell you about those.
And they can do that. Squatters' rights is what it's called, which is very fitting for what we're talking about.
So if you are in Colorado and you see any Venezuelans, you can email the show, jacobvweekly@gmail.com. Let me know what's happening.
What part of Colorado is Aurora?
Apparently the law enforcement was standing down telling people just to lock their doors and stay inside, and...
well, that's no way to live.
It's
right outside of Denver. It's a suburb of Denver.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just like Aurora, Illinois is a suburb of Chicago.
Sure.
Is there just Auroras or only suburbs of big cities?
Well, it's a good name for one.
Yes. Where are you coming from? Oh, Aurora.
So a clip of ours is blowing up. We were talking about the Toyota Sienna. Do you want to correct some of the record here?
Yeah. So what I was talking about then was that the stock Toyota Sienna was put up into performance tests against, I said race cars. My friend actually told me about this last night that I was wrong in saying that, and it's actually classic muscle cars. But still, that doesn't rule out performance.
Yeah, people like to race those.
People like to do things fast.
But it wasn't a NASCAR or a Formula One. It was
no. And it wasn't like anything. It wasn't like those kind of track cars. It was just classic muscle cars. And the Toyota Sienna is the top performing vehicle in its class. Shortly followed up by the Honda Odyssey.
I love an Odyssey.
And that's really about it. I mean, it's a moving motherfucker. And if you've ever been inside a Toyota Sienna, they can get it.
My mom has a Toyota Sienna, and it's like fully
Well, I'm
equipped.
going to test drive one.
They're wonderful. And you know how much shit you could fit? You know how many Diet Coke cans you could fit in Toyota Sienna?
I am not going to soil a brand new Toyota Sienna.
No, buy a used one.
Oh, well then I can fuck it up.
Our uncle has one.
The used newer models are great, because you're going to get that probably 15-inch screen, and it's got an HDMI port. It's got onboard Wi-Fi if you sign up for it,
They
so
got
you can
all
just
that
roll down
shit.
with a Roku or Apple TV.
I would use that onboard Wi-Fi because I use my hotspot all the time.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you don't even got
It's a hybrid.
It's
too.
got an HDMI
You don't even
input,
gotta bring your iPad.
so
with
I
you
could like plug
anymore.
my laptop into it for the hub in the Sienna.
I don't recommend.
And there's like
hub
wireless
shit.
headphones.
I was
system.
thinking this morning while I was driving into work. I was thinking that younger men than us talk about pornography the way you and me talk about shitty action movies from the 90s. I was listening to a podcast of some younger guys than us, and they were talking about, man, I remember when that Mia Khalifa hijab video dropped in 2009. I'm like, I don't remember that. Why are these people they talk about pornography like it's the NFL?
We were too busy watching The
Oh
Departed.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we
like
didn't-
trading.
Yeah, but
Like-
because when they were the age where they would have been really obsessed with pornography, they had access to like streaming stuff, whereas like streaming wasn't really around until after high school for us.
And maybe that's what
Yeah,
it
like,
was.
what's your favorite porn star? Stats.
Yeah, I don't
get that.
I never pursue individual
I don't
people's
know
names.
names. Yeah,
I don't know names. People are knowing names, is what I'm saying.
They
Are
know-
you
they
sure
know
you
their
don't want to have
stats.
this removed?
I don't know.
Good Christ.
I'm good at the moment.
Jesus. Does it hurt?
No,
You're so
it's
handsome.
been there for years.
But that doesn't mean it's not cancer. People have cancer for years.
Yeah, but it hasn't spread or changed.
But I
Also,
hate it.
With the
It's just a
research for
mole.
the migrants, there's nothing that really says anything about him dropping them off at a house or someone's house. Martha's Vineyard, though, was the actual
That's
site
it.
in Massachusetts.
But that's like a vacation
That's
area.
a lot of the affluent Democrats live there. That's where
Yeah.
Obama
Like,
lives.
oh, we have our vacation home in
In
Martha's
Martha's
Vineyard.
Oh, that's cool.
That's where Obama's chef drowned in 3 feet of water.
I don't know who Martha is, but that lady got
That
a good old
vineyard is
vineyard.
that
That's a-
vineyard's raggedy. They got all
Big
migrants and
ass
dead chefs and shit.
He also sent some to Sacramento.
I'm gonna
Well,
buy up
who
some.
wouldn't? I mean, come on.
Buy the dip in the vineyard, guys. Martha's Vineyard is trashed right now.
The French onion dip.
We got Floridian migrants and dead chefs in the pond.
It sounds like I don't want to go to Martha's Vineyard, but I hear it's pretty.
You don't remember that story?
No.
Barack Obama's personal chef was at his home in Martha's Vineyard, even though the family was not currently staying there, which doesn't make sense to me. And then he went out boogie boarding in the pond and drowned.
Did they get knocked out or
Who
something? And
boogie boards in a pond?
This is what I'm saying.
This is just like that thing about how they cloned Jamie Foxx. It's the same thing.
Did you watch I Cloned Tyrone? Or They Cloned Tyrone?
Yes, I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
It was a fun ride.
They cloned that dude, too.
Have you?
I have not seen that.
Oh, it's a fun one. I recommend it.
I'm going to write it down.
Is that John Boyega? Mm-hmm. Is he in it? Because I think I liked it
Oh, I
better in
loved
that than
him.
the Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think I liked him better in They Cloned Tyrone.
But then who's the other guy? Who plays Tyrone? I can pull it up. I have the iPad.
main guy? Is that not John Boyega? Is that
Main guy's John Boyega.
That's why I thought, thank you.
Tyrone. Wait, yeah, John Boyega is Fontaine, and then
Fontaine.
Tyler Antonius is Tyrone.
See?
Hold on. Let me look at this. And then Slick Charles, of course, Jamie Foxx. Yes. Yes.
Kiefer Sutherland.
He was the bad guy. Yeah. Yeah, why not? You know, it was a good, fun. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. I think it's one of the last things I watched on Netflix before I stopped watching Netflix because
It's maybe the best movie on Netflix.
I'm not going to pay for that shit, and I was getting it free from you.
You don't have Netflix anymore?
Nope, haven't had it for months
Why?
because it costs money. And
No, but why aren't you signed in on my family account?
Because I got kicked off, and it has me do the thing where it's like, give me a code and blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're on your own, so I'm not talking to you every time you want to do Netflix. It's just not happening.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
You already got me fucked out of my Spotify. Can we talk about? You want to complain? I don't
Hold
think
on.
I'm going back. I don't think I'm
you know
going
what's
back to
fucked
them.
up about that is that happened, and I tried to sign up for a single thing, like a singular premium account, and then I realized, oh, there's a duo, and I could just like do a duo one with Danielle, and we'd save money in the process and still both have premium. But then because I got kicked off of yours, I can't sign on to an account with somebody else for 12 months.
That's what it said to me too.
So I had
We're
to get
in
my
Spotify
own.
jail. See, Spotify
Yeah.
sent us an email that
We're in
said,
Spotify timeout.
Okay, how?
okay, he was on, when I married my wife,
Yeah.
my wife was on Spotify. And I said, well, I'm not going to get my own account because I had never had it.
Tell him.
And so I had her add me to, we started a family plan.
Right.
But in the family plan, we have at least one other account to use. To which I gave it to my baby brother here,
And I used
Family.
the hell out of it.
who's of my own flesh and blood.
Yeah.
We used it.
I mean, they say we could have shared a placenta.
I listened to so much
mean-
Elton John. It's ridiculous.
And
That
so
premium.
what happened is Spotify sent us an email a couple of weeks ago that said, please confirm your address.
And I don't check my emails.
One, I don't check my fucking email unless somebody comes into the door and says I owe them money and they said they sent me an email. I'll check the email before I open the
Yeah.
door.
You need to text me that you sent me an email for me to look at my emails. That's what it is.
And then you probably got to call me and leave me a voicemail with a panic tone for me to open all of my text messages.
Yeah.
I'm too saturated. I've had the same phone number since 2004.
You're so saturated.
I'm so satted up, bro.
satted.
And so what happened is it looked like spam. You know, like when they say your package couldn't be delivered, but it's obviously not a real person. It says it's from Walmart, but if you actually go into the email address, it says like fucking Zappos
And it
or
gives you-
something.
it
It's
gives
like,
you a-
oh, this
like
is
a
a
SKU number.
This is a robot trying to kill me and my family. So I
Walmart
thought it was
does
that. And so I said, fuck Spotify. I live with my fucking wife whose account it is. I wish they would cut some shit off. But this has happened to me with Spire before, where they said they wanted to come in my house to look at my meter. And
That's
I said,
so different.
And I said, no, I'm not fucking playing with you. I don't
Premium
give
music
a fuck.
streaming versus
And
your
because they
gas
couldn't
and
check my
electric,
meter,
you
they
know.
cut my gas off. Not because I didn't pay it, but they cut the gas off because they couldn't check it. It's because it could be leaking and they couldn't
Yeah.
tell. So, and now I'm at war with them because they got my street
Did I
tore up.
tell you about that
And they
time?
want to come move it outside, but they only want to come Tuesday through Thursday between 8 and 2. I'm like, who?
Did I tell you about that time that I was about to work a Friday night shift at a restaurant and some Spire people came in and asked what like suite this was in this building, and I was like, I don't know. And then they went out back and they shut our gas off right before Friday service, so we had to close for the evening because we didn't have gas. So we
No.
were all fucked out of
But
hundreds
so it's
of
just like that.
dollars.
So I refuse to give Spotify any more information they already have from me.
This wasn't like that. The owner turned out he wasn't paying the gas bill. That's what happened.
And so they downgraded me to free, and we're both in Spotify jail. We can't have anything but our own solo plans for a year.
So I made Danielle try to get a Duo account.
But it has nothing to do with us not paying them. It only has to do with they wanted to confirm one of our addresses, and
And they're
we
like
said
trying to get
no.
your attention by like canceling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Shouldn't they have like a push
But there's no
notification via
reinstatement.
Spotify?
There's no
No
reinstatement
reinstatement,
option.
that's-
Even after 12 months, I can't join the same family
That's
account.
the thing is because they want to fuck us because they want us to pay more money because we pay more money.
If I'm going to pay for something, I'm going to get like Tidal or something.
I don't know what that is.
It's an
I have-
alternative.
I have Title for school right now.
Is that like
and
Parler?
It's pretty sick.
Oh my!
You get max resolution,
We need to get you one of them big straws.
FLAC.
I couldn't even get ice. All of the ice makers were broke. One of the freezers that's supposed to be full of ice was broke. AQT.
Oh,
I
really?
almost walked out. I threw my cup into a thing that it didn't belong in, and I walked out. And the only reason I went back in is because there was some homeless shit happening outside, and I needed shelter. And so I said, "Let me just get the fucking Diet Cokes."
You know,
I
it's
had one of
30
these.
it's 30 cents for a
This
cup
is
of
for
ice.
salad dressing. They couldn't give me ice in a cup. I wanted ice in a cup.
It's 30 cents for a cup of ice. There.
It's crazy what we're going through out here as a people.
But those quart containers are good.
These are great.
It's fantastic.
Luckily, I had an extra one of
You
these.
need one of those fat silicone straws that sticks out of there, big enough to suck up boba.
And, a boba straw is nice.
Big fat boba straw.
I would probably give myself the hiccups.
But they make silicone ones that you can throw in the dishwasher. We have a few of those at home, and man, is it easy to suck shit down when you got one of them fat boba straws.
Will you get that big donkey nostril out of my microphone? God, free Daniel.
That's what I love. Oh. Quit breaking the furniture. I missed the couch.
I broke the couch. Wild card.
It's fucked up that you broke the couch, and you just got rid of a couch. You could have brought that couch here.
And then I got there's just... Let's go back to the notes. They cloned Tyrone? Did they?
I don't know.
Why would it close? Clay, what did you hear about this listeria outbreak?
What's Bud Not Buddy?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. Listeria, it's that mouthwash infection people are getting in Canada. Back me up here.
You said you heard about it.
I know I haven't heard anything about it.
You haven't?
Not a thing.
It was affecting Boar's Head brand deli meats.
Oh, no.
And
Is this the one that's also in the almond milk?
maybe this is see. Oh, you did hear about it all of a sudden.
No, there's something going on where there's like certain plant-based milks that are getting people sick in Canada.
Plant milk.
And it's like, yeah, like specifically Silk brand and then like Great Value are the big hitters. Where people are getting real sick because they're drinking that nut milk.
9 dead, 57 hospitalized, and listeria outbreak linked to Boar's Head deli meats.
That's a lot. Because that deli meat's expensive anyway. I don't fuck with Boar's
18
Head.
states.
I don't fuck with Boar's Head. They charge too much.
Ooh, 1 hour ago from the New York Post, might as well be the RFT, since the RFT is now like a zombie shill of itself.
Yeah, that'll happen when you fuck up like that.
Fed health inspector slammed over listeria factory tied to deadly Boar's Head outbreak.
So what happened?
Food safety experts slammed government health inspectors for letting a listeria factory fester despite dozens of disturbing violations before the deadly outbreak was linked to tainted Boar's Head deli meats. The company's plant in Virginia was found to have bugs, pools of blood on the floor, and growing mold over the past year.
That'll happen.
What?
No, did you hear this shit about
According to records released by the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service, these inspection reports showed this was a listeria factory as much as it was a meat factory.
Oh, it's an intracellular parasite in mammals.
Food safety attorney Bill Marler told the Post. The government needs to answer the question of, what were you doing? Didn't this generate enough questions given the size of this plant? At least 9 people have died, including 1 in New York, and 57 have been hospitalized since officials identified the Girard, Virginia facility as the source of the listeria outbreak, according to the CDC. New York has seen the most cases, with 17 residents getting sick from the contaminated deli meats. 2 people died in South Carolina, and there was 1 death each in New Jersey, Virginia, Illinois, Florida, Tennessee, and New Mexico.
So here's the thing is we all got worms. You know, we all got parasites. You don't even know you got parasites. I know I got at least 12.
In all, health inspectors found 69 instances of non-compliance at the plant.
But here's the thing is the major symptoms of listeria bacterial infection.
Ooh, there was a rancid...
fever, chills, muscle aches, nausea, and diarrhea. However, if you have a weakened immune system or are pregnant or have a baby, careful, babies get it. I guess if you try to feed the babies the meats. Or it could transfer maybe in breast milk. Who knows? It is a cellular
One
parasite.
inspector noted a rancid smell in the raw receiving cooler with ample amounts of blood puddles on the floor during a February 21st visit of this year.
Disgusting.
A black mold-like substance, maybe isn't black mold, it's black mold-like though, was seen throughout another holding cooler on January 9th, and again on the outside of 4 steel vats, along with 1 to 2 inches of meat on June 1st.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, those big factories like that, they do that. Like, what was it, like chicken salad or something? Like a mass-produced chicken salad? That the containers are never really cleaned, so sometimes if there's mold, they just kind of like cut out the big bits and then throw the next batch in. They don't really sanitize them, and they put them in those big mixers because no one's hand mixing all that, but that chicken or potato salad, you know, it's just getting thrown in there with the mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying?
On June 10th, an inspector spotted approximately 15 to 20 flies going in and out of 4 vats of pickle left in the room. Who the fuck is that?
My fiance.
Get it?
What's wrong?
Nothing. We're trying to figure out where to go eat.
Oh, I'm doing the podcast right now. But let me know where you go. I don't know, but this is not helping. Love you, bye.
Cut that.
Oh, she just wanted to know if I was joining them for dinner, but we're still doing the podcast.
Another red flag about the impending danger should have been condensation and clogged drains. Okay, we have to move on. I'm getting grossed
Gordon
out.
Ramsay would shit a brick in this place. And
He would call
I
them.
can't
He
believe
would
there
call
wasn't
them.
managers there that are shitting their dicks.
He would
Here's
call
my
them
thing.
fucking donuts.
That's my brand.
Boar's Head.
Yes.
Well, you definitely
If
can't
you can
have more
afford
Boar's
it,
Head.
it's everybody's brand.
I just get Aldi lunch meats.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I'm
nothing
sure
wrong.
those are safer.
Nothing wrong with Aldi.
Never.
But with a brand like Boar's Head, you would expect.
I don't
higher
think it's
quality.
the company's fault. I think it's Virginia's fault.
But this is just like that
But what
chicken, that chicken
it's
of
a
the
meat,
sea.
It's where they get their meat. Is it where it's sliced, or what are we doing?
It's like a processing plant, probably.
processing
I
plant.
bet that's where I would explain the pools of blood.
and it's only one of
Yeah.
their many plants.
And
But
also,
this
think about
plant-
their ventilations. Think about all
There
the
were-
openings they have. Their doors are probably constantly kept open. They probably have horrible HVAC.
There were
systems.
several citations this year alone before this actual outbreak was traced back to there, and they weren't forced to close. They were just told that things were wrong, and they left and came back. And also, you have to look at if Boar's Head has other plants in other parts of the country that didn't have this problem. Is it Boar's Head, or is it the people that live and work in this area
Oh,
of
for sure.
Virginia?
It sounds like it's like
But, like-
one affected plant, and then it just gets pushed through the system.
Yeah, like. So
Because it
it's not a
sounds like
Boar's
the
Head.
inspectors failed.
Yeah.
Their supervisors failed. The supervisors of the plant failed, and the workers on the ground failed.
Also, sometimes people sent to do those inspections aren't the people that are supposed to be getting sent to do those inspections, but sometimes there's a staffing issue or whatever, and then they just send this guy, and he's like, hold on, I've only done like 2 of these my whole career, and I've been doing this for 20 years. I know what to look for, but I'm not there often, so it's not like it's that easy for me. Shit gets missed. Next thing you know, someone's got a listeria.
And suddenly
Oh,
it's listeria.
it also looks like it could be.
It's a snowball effect.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely look into that before you buy any Boar's Head.
I don't buy Boar's Head. I buy Aldi brand.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that plant was a nightmare, but one of my favorite movies is called The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, and it's not about
those are great.
it's not about white people. It's about a family whose last name is White. They happen to be Caucasian mostly, but the
From the nation of Caucasus.
the mountains of Caucasus, the hollers even, and they're not aging gracefully. But if this community that this plant is in is anything like the community those people lived in, I'd bet it's hard to keep a functioning plant of any kind running. And
Well,
if
and
you're
then,
from,
like, you know,
and if you're,
gotta make
that's
jobs.
West Virginia though. This is just Virginia. Oh, it's a different Virginia.
Yep. You didn't
Hey,
know that.
I'll
This
say
is the
it,
more competent
just in
of the
case,
Virginians.
if you have any kind of affiliation with either Virginia, such that you're unclear about what I mean right now, fuck both of them. Can I say that?
It's okay. Sometimes people just don't know stuff, geographically speaking. You know,
How about you mop up the meat factory?
they probably have someone that does that,
Can you do me a favor? Can
but
you
then
mop
that
it up?
person doesn't come to work, or they fire that person for something else. And then next thing you know, no one else wants to be mopping the blood puddles up in the factory.
It's because they closed the border.
And then the flies get in.
I want open borders and clean meat factories. Is that crazy?
I mean, I guess it would be a good job for someone looking to make their way in a new country if they wanted to work in a meat processing plant.
Because they would never just come to work and see that it's filthy and then leave it filthy.
I mean, but sometimes that kind of shit just isn't as regulated as you want to be.
I'm starting to feel like that's like an American thing.
Like,
Like
do you
if
know-
you are broke in America, you certainly don't feel like you're supposed to be, right? And if you go to work and nobody has done their job, maybe for months in this case, you're not going to just do all of that work yourself. You're going to say, well, fuck this. I'm not fucking, I'm going to, you know what I mean? You're not going to,
Yeah.
because it's not you don't have any ownership over it. Emotionally. What? You're dead to the world to me right now. I don't understand.
No, I was just thinking
Will you
about a
spice
thing.
it up?
A very interesting, related thing, kind of, sort of, is that I saw something recently saying that you shouldn't buy the pre-cut ribeyes at Costco because they tenderize the meat with these like needles, basically, but they never wash or clean the needles because they're understood to be in a contained environment. They never clean them because they can't. There's no way they can be getting any of the bacterias. Because that's how that works. It's not how that works. But so I found out that you should be buying the whole piece and making your own ribeye steaks cut to your own preferred thickness because it's more sanitary on your side because it's not getting tenderized with those microneedles. So sometimes companies just be fucking up like that. You got something in your beard. There you go. I got it. So we don't buy pre-cut ribeyes anymore from Costco.
But but are you buying slabs and cutting your own ribeyes?
Yes.
Really? When have you done that?
We also deconstruct our own chickens. We make our own stock.
Really?
Oh yeah. Store-bought's just fine.
It is fine, but sometimes when you got bones,
No, it's best to do that.
Just
That's
make
a
your
Barefoot
own.
Contessa.
yeah.
Saying.
And if you throw in
yeah,
some
that's
chicken
fine.
feet, you throw in some chicken feet, get some good collagen in that bitch.
Yeah.
Throw some chicken feet in your stock. Next thing you know, you got collagen, and then you put it in the fridge later, and then it becomes gelatinous, and then you can make soup dumplings if you really wanna. Yeah.
I kind of want 'em.
Yeah, you can and you will. Yeah. If you know what's gonna happen, you.
One of my favorite clips I posted of one of the last episodes you were on was you saying.
You don't get that much meat off a whole chicken.
No, it was better than that. It was you said something about because I was born and raised. You said
I don't know what that is.
you didn't see this. You people are just dying over you right now. You are just
That's great. I'm just very busy.
I like to feel like I'm ahead of the curve because I was born and raised.
I was born raised.
I like to feel like I'm ahead of the curve because I was born and raised.
Nothing after that. That's it.
No, that was it. Like you turned into Riff Raff for a second. Because Riff Raff said on Over Under, I think, he said, I dropped out of school after elementary. Too many games. And I felt like that. I thought you were doing that. I thought you were doing.
Nope.
When I was 11 years old, I'd look my mom in her face and I said, I'm a platinum kangaroo.
No, I don't know what that was.
I'm the Szechuan Don, mama.
I like that though.
That's just that kind of shit he says.
Szechuan Don.
He says that kind of shit. He says, I'm a peach panther.
His songs are crazy.
He'll say something to you like, I feel like I'm ahead of the curve because I was born and raised. But that's how fucked up you were in that episode. You didn't even know where that was going. Let's listen to the rest of that
I
clip.
have no idea.
Let's take that clip from the top.
But here's my whole thing: is that
Will you listen to me?
okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I like to feel like I'm ahead of the curve because I was born and raised. Born and raised. Born and raised.
And once upon a time I was born, and then I spent some time as a tadpole version of myself.
That's all we did was we made fun of you for saying that because we didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. And you
That
never went
moment-
back to
That
clarify.
moment must have been so traumatizing.
What
so
happened
many
is
syllables on
a
raised.
lot of people were talking at once, and then you jumped in and said, "You know what? I got something," and then you had to go with it, but you had forgotten whatever you had, and so you decided. I just feel like I'm ahead of the curve because I was born and raised.
I mean, I think I was onto something, but I don't know exactly what it was.
You want to finish it?
No, because I don't know I don't even know what the hell I was talking about.
That's the thing. I would love to know.
I
You
don't-
don't know what you were. You drunk then?
I might have been a little high or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
And then because all we did for the next 60 seconds was just make fun of different versions of things you would have said.
Wait, this
like,
says I was baptized at a young age in the waters of the Merrimack. Am I reading something?
We went out there, we got it done, and we did it right.
no, you're improvising that.
With God. Did you get baptized in there?
Okay, so maybe I was talking about how I was born and raised Catholic and then Christian. And so maybe I have a better insight into how weird religion is because I was
You
exposed
spent
to
more
so many
time in
different
it.
ones.
Yeah, you spent more time in
And
it.
maybe that's what made me say that, but we really will never know.
Yeah, you certainly don't know. He just asked me, looking at the clip of him talking, he said, "Am I reading something?" I said, "Those are the captions of the words you were saying." I've never had to explain a clip to somebody before.
Well, you know,
You don't watch all those clips?
I sometimes I get distracted. Also, you don't understand how much time I spend away from my phone working and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And all that, and then I fall into like a little K-hole of TikToks when I get home, but that's about it.
Guess who actually makes plenty of TikToks?
Go ahead.
Open your TikTok right now.
Is it Riff Raff?
No.
Okay. Well,
if you are not following me,
I am following you. You're one of my friends.
you got to prove it. There I am. Okay, I feel better.
Yeah.
That's good. Riff Raff's full name is Horst Christian Simcoe.
I'd go by Riff Raff too.
That sounds like a
Forced.
multicultural conglomerate or something like
Yes.
that, like a big old something.
He's an industry plant. He's actually a corporation's baby. Mm-hmm. Horst is the shipping company.
There's subliminal messages in Butterscotch Babe Ruth. It's a song of his.
Butterscotch?
Butterscotch Babe Ruth.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of shit he says.
Yeah.
I do love him, though. Wasn't he on that tour with...
Butterscotch Babe Ruth. It popped up on a gym playlist once, and I was like, this is Riff Raff. That's it. That's all I got.
It's just Riff Raff.
I'm going to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. Same guy, for reference.
No, I know who he is. The people know Riff Raff. Wasn't he
My
on that
mind
tour?
immediately went to the Riff Raff from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Ooh, very different.
No, that's his uncle, though.
Yeah, definitely.
That's TT. The motherfucking...
Want to go to the list? I feel like you have
It's no. I had something.
Okay. Hold on.
Wasn't Riff Raff on that tour with Corey Feldman and Fred Durst?
Recently?
Yes.
That sounds wonderful. I would do that.
I think he came to town. I can't remember if Riff Raff ended up being on it or not.
About Corey Feldman.
It's the same thing we're doing with Kanye.
Well, we saw him live.
I saw him twice.
You saw him twice. I think I saw him once.
Lucius was there.
I got stabbed at his concert.
Lucius, talk to me about the
Oh
Corey
my God,
Feldman.
we were living in Kansas City at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
on the same street. You guys lived on the same street.
Yeah, Warwick. You got stabbed?
Yeah.
No.
Who got stabbed?
I got too close to somebody and they put a knife in my belly and they said, don't get any closer.
But they didn't stab you. They put the knife up to your
Cut
belly.
a hole in my shirt.
At the show?
Yeah.
In the pit?
Why don't I remember
But this
that?
is the same show that I was so drunk that I kept spilling beers, so I left early. I got an Uber and I left, and then I woke up on my kitchen floor with my dog licking my face. And you guys went out drinking still.
Yes.
I got.
Yeah, how
done
did you get so
early.
drunk? Why were you so fucked up?
Maybe I got drugged. I don't know. I got fucked up quick, and I was just drinking beers.
Yeah, you were having a bad vibe, though.
I was having a bad vibe the whole time I was living in Kansas City.
Yeah. So
Met some cool people, though.
But so Lucius, having met me as on one stop in my own Corey Feldman journey,
Yeah.
and then seeing the clips of him, kind of he thinks he's doing a guitar solo.
Oh, is that when he's going like the?
Yeah,
He's just kind of fingering
he's
the
doing
shit.
the faces, and he's just kind of scronging it. Where's my vape?
I don't know.
And what do you make of that?
I mean, for me, it was fun times.
It wasn't a guitar solo.
As
Anyone with
the
an electric
further
guitar
into
can do
his
that.
set, the more people left, and we creeped our way to the front. And I touched his fingers,
Oh.
and I was able to see the absolute deadness of his eyes.
There's some death in there.
That's that. Before that show, I made eye contact with him through the window of his bus.
That's
He
right.
was eating a Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Here's my thing: is he seems so very obsessed with Michael Jackson, but then also he's so anti like pedophilia, and then Michael Jackson's got that whole thing about.
He came out
Pedophilia
after
thing.
Finding Neverland came out. He came out and said, you have to believe all victims. And I never witnessed anything like that happening with Michael Jackson. But if these men are saying that this is what they experienced, we have to listen to them.
Great. So I just feel like he's supporting something that is against his core beliefs because of all the
I don't think he
booty
could
hole
possibly
stuff.
be netting much money. And if he was working in a medium where people actually had to pay to listen to his music, he wouldn't be making so much of it. And I just don't know that. I think it's something we're letting him do.
Sure.
I don't think it's something that.
Yeah, just watching from a distance because it's kind of like a dumpster fire sometimes.
So him.
Sometimes you just got to watch.
And if you ask him, Corey will tell you he grew up dancing with Michael Jackson. So
Yeah.
that's he'll say it's a similar style of dance. because they grew up together dancing.
But nobody wears the glove and like the.
And he's also 30
sequin jacket
years younger than Michael Jackson.
and the hat, and it's like a full-on copying the ensemble while doing it. So it seems like it's just kind of it's just a thought I've always had when watching those performances. Other than that, just fun.
I like some of the music.
Fun stuff.
I like Go For It.
Go For It. Was that the one he did?
I
on
like,
that talk
For
show.
It.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like Take a Stand. That's one where they had all the news footage from all the wars and stuff. I remember I saw him at.
Some in like Illinois somewhere.
I saw him in Peoria with Chris Anage.
Peoria.
And
wasn't that like a biker bar or something?
It was like, it looked like if you built a bar out of a bunch of like shipping containers. And, but it was like a biker bar, and Lita Ford had played there. So they had real shows in there.
Yeah.
And then the Corey Feldman thing was huge. It was his first leg of his tour with like the Angels, you know?
Yeah.
And he played really, really late. And his projector, they didn't have a projector screen behind the stage or on the stage. It was on like an inflatable, you could have told me an inflatable pool thing.
They do. They make those. They're inflatable projector screens. Yeah.
Okay, so it was one of those, but it was wonky and kind of fucked up and kind of off to the side.
Yeah, you got to set it right.
So
or else it shifts.
he's doing a song called "Take a Stand." How far are we in? Are we in far enough that I could joke about this?
You weren't even here an hour
40
ago.
minutes.
No, I mean that like I could play a little bit.
Oh, sure.
By now, and so it starts with like a dramatic intro of like a stand right now, and then it turns into like an anthem.
Well, what if we got back to the list?
Hold on. What is this? Things are awful.
I don't know. What's Trump jail? Question mark.
Oh, so another clip of mine that was doing really well is me and yeah, that'll fuck up the episode if I play Corey Feldman right now.
Yeah.
Moving on. Take a Stand by Corey Feldman. It's hilarious. He did it on the Today Show after he came back after doing Go For It, and it went viral. That, but Alfred and I talked about if Trump is mostly still running to stay out of jail.
That might be a big thing.
And since we talked about that, he's been re-indicted. And so what happened is the Supreme Court ruled that a president cannot be indicted for official actions they did as president. So they had to revise their indictment to include which acts were presidential and which acts were not official
just
presidential
made by
acts.
that guy. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's actually going to merit anything in the way of conviction or how that really
feel
affects
like he's
anything.
really doing that much to try to stay up, though. Like, it just sounds like just same old bullshit where all he does is try to roast
he's throwing
his-
a fit, and it's a
his-
mistake. He should not be throwing a fit.
Well, then I just saw a thing on the way over here.
Because
I saw a thing.
he really beat Joe Biden when he got shot in the ear.
That was so horrible.
But then I'm sure he's upset. One, because he, got shot. Two,
I don't
because all of his thunder got took away because they swapped candidates on him, and he's
Sleepy Joe, that's what I call him. Now he's just calling Kamala Harris ugly and black or something. And it's like, come on, dude.
she's ugly.
Right. So yeah, he's just got to rewrite it. He probably fired all of his writers and hired new ones.
He should have done that before. Bro.
Yeah, but he's good at firing people.
So I just worry about that because
I saw a thing on the way over here was saying if he got elected president, they would have free IVF treatments, like fertilization treatments, and then tax write-offs for big expenditures for newborns because they want more babies. That's literally what he said. He said because we want more babies. I'll say it as pretty as that.
Didn't half of his party make IVF illegal in their states after Roe v. Wade?
I don't really know.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's like since the candidates have shifted, the candidates have shifted. RFK has dropped out, and I guess endorsed Trump. Not dropped out entirely. He said he's suspending his campaign because they can't spend the money to get on the ballot in the states where they are not currently on the ballot. And he said he's going to stay on the ballot in states where they've already completed that process. But apparently the DNC is making it really expensive for him to be on the ballot in all the states. And so he's went to a Trump rally the day he
endorsed
announced.
Trump. And he walked out to My Hero by Foo Fighters.
Who did not sign off on that.
Did not sign off on that.
I just got a statement from Jack White. Apparently Trump used Seven Nation Army, and Jack White's mad about it.
Well, that's a whole thing there.
He's got a new reverb pedal coming out. I pre-ordered it.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad you can get another pedal.
I sold a bunch.
You got a lot of pedals.
Yeah.
You're a pedal guy.
Not exclusively.
Well, it's like you guys. I get it. Like this one does the same thing as this one, but this one's pink. I get it.
Yeah, that's hard for me.
That's hard.
When it's pink, girl, that did happen.
Or you want your whole board to be white, but you really need this one. You really need this one. You need to get a different one that does the same thing, but it's white.
How do you know all that?
Because I know you.
That's exactly how it works.
That's exactly how it works. And it's delightful to see people spend thousands of dollars to just make their whole board a certain color and then throw all that shit in a closet one day and then to go with another color. It's where they get you. What they need to do is they need to make pedal boards that have skins, like you can get for game controllers. The silicone skins of different colors and varieties and patterns that you can just put over your pedal board. Or your pedals, not your pedal board, but or the whole board.
Yeah,
Fuck
they're
it.
doing that.
It could be like one of those silicone keyboard covers that people put over the keyboards, but instead it's just to cover your pedals up. And you could order them customized online for the ways you want the pedals to be laid out. I don't know. Let's get rich on it. Write it down.
Yeah, they're probably doing that on Temu.
Maybe. There's a lot of shit on that Temu. I've never bought anything off Temu. But yeah, no, I have a feeling that maybe if Trump loses, that there might be some house arrest in his future or something.
I said he was going to move the wall to Mar-a-Lago.
He might just move.
Go get the wall.
Go to a different country or something.
Bring it to Mar-a-Lago.
Can you see him just sweating in a house without air conditioning in Central America?
No, he's not doing that.
It's like it'd be like a villa or like a compound or both because there's no way.
He's not doing all that.
And then just
He's got to have a
sweaty
McDonald's.
ass.
He likes to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, what's that about? Like with the football team, didn't that high school football team go to the White House and he just brought them all McDonald's?
Yeah.
It wasn't just McDonald's. He also got Hardee's
Oh, good.
and Wendy's.
Well, that's good. Always fresh, never frozen. Square patties. Square patties.
I knew that's the
It was
exact riff
coming.
you were going to do.
It was coming up. I do that a lot. I started that back in the wintertime because I was buying a lot of Red Thunder, which if you haven't had Red Thunder, have you had Red Thunder?
I have not had
Red Thunder is Aldi's version of Red Bull, and it's literally the same thing. The only real difference is that the Red Thunder cans say don't consume more than one of these a day, and I'll do like 3 of them motherfuckers because it's 4 12-ounce cans for $4. I mean, come on, that's a good deal. But yeah, I would go into work. I was working at that Miracle pop-up bar down in Benton Park or whatever it was, and I was just saying, Red Thunder! Red Thunder! Every time I walked in with a case.
The Firebird, they had an off-brand Red Bull.
Might have. There's a lot of them. Some people can't afford to get their Red Bull sent in, so they get like off-brand shit. I had one that was just called Lightning Bolt. It's like, what do you mean you don't have Red Bull for bombs? They said, well, we have Lightning Bolt. And I was like, I'll take it. It was horrible. It was pink. Weird choice.
What do you mean you don't have Red
The
Bulls
liquid
for
was
bombs?
pink. The
interesting.
container was silver. Yeah.
Ew, I don't want to drink something pink.
It just made, it's weird to see something turn pink in the cup. I don't know.
That's the part of me. That would alarm me. Mm-hmm. Like I don't need it to be fake colors. That's not that it would.
But I consume a lot of energy drinks. Do you know the kind of deals they got at Quick Trip just because you get an energy drink with something? I'll get a breakfast taco and then a first form energy drink because the first form energy drink is free with the breakfast taco. So my breakfast is $3.22.
Oh, wow.
Fucking what?
Kids, this is how
The drink by itself at regular price is like $4.
I had the $1.50 hot dog from Costco the other day. and I was
my
like,
God.
I
Listen.
can't believe.
All that is, and I love it and I support it and I get one every time, but all that is aftercare because when you wring out all your shit, it's always between $200 and $400, and you need some aftercare after getting fucked like that. That's what that $1.50 hot dog and soda is.
I don't know that you should be building a routine that involves a $3 breakfast with a free poison drink.
I got so many poison drinks in me.
Oh my god! And you give me shit about the Diet Cokes.
I know, but I get so many energy drinks. But
Those
yeah.
are way worse than Diet
I know,
Coke.
but I'm not burning through. That's going to be gone by the end of the day. I don't do that. I get like
there's
2 maybe.
But
a day.
there's zero fucking B12 added to these.
I do get a lot of B12 and
That's-
B6
What about the aspartame?
and niacin.
But that's all that's in this. Is what I'm saying. Is the
But it's
aspartame?
also cancer causing.
No, I'm saying, but it's the only one.
So in the
The only
studies,
one.
where aspartame was causing cancer, they were giving like like the equivalent of like 100 cans of Diet Coke to rats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's what it was. But does not mean that he's not getting dangerously fucking close.
Yeah.
If you were a rat, you would have tumors all over you.
Tumor rat.
But because the shit that's in, especially the fucking cheaper energy drinks, such that they would give you for free with a gas station breakfast taco.
It's not like I'm getting like C4s that have beta alanine in them. It's not like I'm getting that for my day.
How do you know it doesn't have beta alanine?
Because I know what beta alanine feels like when you
You
consume.
can just feel that it doesn't have beta alanine.
When you consume beta alanine and then you don't immediately start working out or doing something active, it makes your face itch. You get itchy forehead and you think, oh God, are there bugs in my skin? And it's just beta alanine because that's what it does if you let it just sit and fester. It tries to get out of your pores.
Yikes.
Diet Coke, 0% beta alanine. Alanine.
Actually, I can't remember now what it's.
Appleseed.
That one. Beta Appleseed. This is Johnny Appleseed's cousin.
Look.
This is my cousin Beta.
Carbonated water. Caramel color.
You're going to run out that clock fucking reading that Diet Coke can.
Aspartame.
That's the
Phosphoric.
third ingredient?
Hey.
Aspartame.
Hey. Fuck you. Phosphoric acid.
Did you also know that the Coke at McDonald's and Diet Coke are made differently than regular Coke and
We've
Diet
talked
Coke?
about it on this show
because it works
extensively.
well with the beef fat that's in the fryers.
There's no longer beef fat in the fryers.
Yes, there is.
No, it's not anymore. It's not. They put like a beef flavor on it now. It's like a beef ramen packet because of in India.
It's bouillon,
Yeah.
which still has beef in
We've
it.
talked about all of that on this show in great length.
Bouillon.
You are not keeping up with the show.
You know, that's probably true, but I'm very busy.
Did you see this? I wanted to get your take on this. Flight attendants at United Airlines vote 99.99% to authorize a strike.
A strike on who?
The United Airlines flight attendants are striking.
They're going to hit each other?
No, what they're going to do is they're going to not do their job, but they're going to say, we want better conditions.
Okay, I get that. Also, it's kind of crazy because like stuff hasn't changed with the airlines in so long that's not going to do anything. They're just going to get more people that want to be flight attendants.
Who are those people?
More people that want to be flight attendants. That
What
want
if
to
there
travel.
aren't enough of them?
Well, there's two options that you have when you want to travel a lot for work. There's flight attendant and there's travel nurse. And travel nursing requires more schooling. So if you want to travel a lot, you could be a flight attendant.
Gee, I would love to talk to a flight attendant.
They still have the computer softwares that they had from like 1994. Pre-Y2K fucking computer softwares that they're using, and it's fucking up their systems left and right. That's why some people weren't affected when there was that major cybersecurity breach that shut down a bunch of airlines. Because some airlines, I think United being one of them, had such old computer software for their shit that it was not affected at all.
You are a natural journalist. It's just funny because you don't have the training or the experience that you
or the dedication to the craft necessary to find the
these
sites.
motherfuckers right here they ain't update their firmware in this bitch for like 20 fucking years, and then people are like, oh, why are the
30.
planes falling out of the motherfucking sky, bitch? That's how you just did that, but it's so accurate. It's exactly what happened.
Aircraft technology has not been updated in 30 years either. It doesn't have to be. Everything's fine. They do the safety protocols and keep that all up to date, but everything that's in the cockpit, I guarantee you, is old shit.
See, this is when I did do the show live. Occasionally, you could get somebody to call in who maybe would know something about something. So sound
we
off
know?
in the comments
Who
if
do we
you know
know that's in
anything about
airlines?
planes or flight attending.
Oh, I know someone that works for Boeing.
I don't want to talk to them.
Okay.
I don't want to get shot in the face.
Well, that's fair.
Hey, I have a podcast. I hear you work at Boeing. There's a red dot on my head just because I joked about it.
You could hear it.
I know. They're going to hit this building with a drone. I'm going to get my tacos to go.
A drone that has newer technology than any of the planes that belong to
Any of
United.
the planes that these flight attendants. I've also
But
noticed.
also, if they want to strike for better conditions, why not? Because, I mean, they need to keep those planes occupied with staff, or else there's going to be a problem. People got to travel. Birds got to eat, fish got to swim, you know?
But in the movies and shit, there's always like 4, 5, 6 flight attendants. I've never seen that. And on flights I've been in the last couple of years, it's like one or maybe two.
You know what they need? They need one of those little robots that they bring out your food on in some restaurants that have those little food runner robots. They need those. Then they can just have one person shuffling cans.
Can we talk about this? Why do people need to eat on a plane?
It's comforting.
If they could just let us have food and beverage ourselves.
Fat and carbohydrates calm you.
No, but if they would just allow us to bring our own, they wouldn't have to go through all the shit.
Have you never brought a whole can of Pringles on an aircraft before?
Or how about when you reset the plane and no one's in it, you just leave a little bottle of water and a bag of shit on the seat?
So I did find a bag of shit in my seat once when I was getting on an airplane.
I just don't think the service has to be so involved. Just give me a closed, cold fucking Diet Coke. I don't want a tiny glass.
It's that whole of a bygone era. Remember back when chairs were big on planes and you could smoke? Now they pack you in there. Do you see the Japanese flight plans for new planes that would double stack people? So you'd have someone's ass right in your face?
I quit going to my doctor.
You ever fart in an airplane? You imagine someone sitting right here and it's just like a little happens and you get stuck with it?
That was the first thing.
I would break the hatch open and get the oxygen bag out because that's crazy.
Yeah, I would. But here's my thing. I like to be, if I get too panicked, I'll just fall right asleep as soon as the plane takes off. As soon as I know that the plane is going to successfully be in the air, my body will shut down. And then I'll wake up realizing that, oh, my body has been tormenting this people next to me for an hour.
I used to do that. I used to get really drunk before
getting on
the plane.
I'd probably fart hard.
I used to get really drunk and I'd get in my seat and I'd get buckled and then we get like started. I make sure the plane would take off and then be for like 45 minutes.
Well, and I know it's bad. And I feel so bad because I'm like this.
Do the sleep apnea thing.
Like just me trying to emulate that without even really. That's how much redundant throat tissue I have. So imagine me sleeping without my CPAP, which they let me bring on the plane, but I'm not hooking it all up.
What they'll do to you is they take a little Velcro strap, and they put it around your forehead, and they strap your head back. So
they'll strap me to the headrest. So they didn't do that on my flight to Sarasota. I'll tell you that. And
I bet the time I got to see an extra guy that was like 400 pounds, and him and I were just like this, and then I woke up and his head was on my shoulder and my head was on his head.
Oh, that's so fucking cute.
Here, let's recreate that.
We had a little meet cute, just a little, and I came up and we were landing and I was like, oh, and I just stayed there and I was like, this is kind of nice.
Are you serious?
And then he woke up and then we had a good laugh about it, and then we laughed all the way off the plane.
Wow.
Just two big eyes. I'll see you on the flight back. And
he should have. I would have loved if he said we should get a room together.
Yeah, right. What are you doing Tuesday? Want to get dinner? Yeah.
I was supposed to go meet up with my family after this, but if you wanted to hang out, I mean, it could wait.
Yeah, they don't know when I'm getting in. It's a surprise.
It's a surprise. They don't even know I exist.
It's just my.
I was going to go introduce myself to my family, who have never met me, but instead, because I slept on your shoulder, do you want to maybe get a bloomin' onion? We could split a course.
Yeah. Why do you look so bloated? Who are you, Mom? I was at the Golden Corral. I'm sorry, I had to stop.
I met the most amazing Viking on a plane. Oh God!
I don't remember his name, but he kind of reminded me of who was that really big boxer guy that had the shaved head? I don't even think he had eyebrows.
George Foreman?
Not that one. No, but I love his grills.
Good grills.
They're lean, mean grilling machine.
But wait, what boxer are you talking about?
He was on Jackass. That's about how important he was. Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. He was known for being able to hit really hard. That's about it. But boxers are good for that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'd start with a boxer if I was going to look for somebody like that.
Like I want someone to hit me really hard, boxer.
Oh, you know what? The Tyson-Paul fight got moved to your birthday.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that.
No, we're doing it. Are you kidding?
You want to pay-per-view it for my birthday?
No, I say we go.
Oh, I don't want to do
Eric
that.
Butterbean Esch.
Butterbean, thank you. God.
Butterbean did what?
Butterbean's the stage name for the boxer that I was talking about.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, he's not in great shape now. He never really was, but he's not. He's I think he's like kind of like Ronnie Coleman. Like he's on like crutches.
Oh, that poor guy.
Well, you can't really do all that stuff on them knees for that long. No. I'm really worried about mine.
Well, all the men in our family have new knees.
They got pointy little knees.
And, that side of the family, they all needed new knees.
Yeah, I'm throwing around a lot of weight with these knees.
But then knees don't last forever either. So like I can't even I could say I had a summer off and I could just do a proactive knee. I'd have to do it again in like 20 years or 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, so you got to pick the right time. You got to
so
do it.
You got to wait until you actually need it, which is a
like
bummer.
55 or something, so that you can. Because
that means you really got to suffer.
Your youth to recoup, but then you only get about a certain amount of miles out of it. You know, about 150,000 miles out of a knee. A new knee.
How many miles are in your Subaru?
160,000, but the motor got rebuilt at like 132,000. So
you still got that truck?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sell the Subaru. If anyone wants to buy a 2010 Subaru Forester that's only been catered to by Ecotech Imports, one of the best Subaru handlers in the area.
I was just about to ask you, who is the best Subaru handler in the area?
They're great at servicing Subarus.
State it again for the record.
Ecotech Imports on Watson.
Watson or what?
Kind of by the Big Lots over there by Elm.
Aren't they closing that?
I don't know, were they closing the Big Lots?
No, they're closing the Big Lots by me on Kings Highway. It's
I remember
closed.
when I got my first apartment by myself where I wasn't using other people's silverware and platewares. I went and bought all my shit from a Big Lots.
Really?
Yeah, but I think I did the one that's right there on Kings Highway by the
they just closed
White
that
Castle.
one.
That one's closed?
They just closed that
Oh,
one.
wow, the Big Lot's going away.
No, yeah, they had a big closing sale. I texted Mother about
That's sad. Did you hear the shit about how Walmart doesn't arrest you for shoplifting, but they keep a little file of you until you reach felony level larceny, and then they get you? They don't want you to fucking pay for your shit. They want to ruin your life.
Well, they just wait that long because them addressing each and every example of theft under like $600 or $1,000, whatever it is in that municipality or whatever, that it really is disproportionate to put their employees at physical risk for maybe $300 worth of merchandise. So they'll wait.
Might even just be a t-shirt.
They'll wait until they can really put some cuffs on you and keep you in a box for a little bit because it's safer for everybody. And I've heard that they'll use, in certain stores in certain cities, they've been accused of using facial recognition technology to build a profile of theft for a person, and then they can submit all that to the police, and the police will track you down outside of the store.
FRT.
After you've done all the stealing.
Furt.
But I've also watched grown men walk out of Walgreens with big IKEA bags full of stuff that they've just shopped themselves and just decided not to pay for, and just walk right out because they know the security guard didn't show up for work that day.
The Walgreens at Hampton and Gravaway, that happens a lot. And like
Hampton and Chippewa is where I was.
I've been there and like been buying something and like checking out, and someone just walks out with a big bag full of shit, and they're like, "Get out of here, motherfucker!" And they're like, "I got my shit!" And they run out the door, and they don't even leave the counter. They just kind of like let it go.
No, yeah, the employees certainly
they
can't
yell
chase
at him, and it's like that guy's like the third time that guy's been here this week doing that shit. And I was like, I'm so glad he's got his toiletries. They're gonna get their money back. Walgreens is a big, and now Walgreens, if they went under, that would be something.
Yeah, it would be.
Do you remember the CVS off of Main?
And then CVS has
hold on.
self-checkout.
Was it Main and
Yes.
39th or something?
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah,
in
that's
Kansas
where
City?
I would get my prescriptions at.
That CVS was fucked up.
That was fucked up. But I didn't see a lot of like stealing.
No, it's gotten worse.
No.
It's gotten worse since then.
Probably has, honestly.
No, but remember there was the bus stop right outside,
Yes.
and there was always just like homeless people hanging around. And that CVS, you'd walk in there and you'd feel like you were just getting stared at walking in the door.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just trying to get...
Just trying to get my Ben and Jerry's,
I'm just trying to get my Rocky Road. I'm trying to get my my Chunky Monkey.
Yeah.
And get out the door. Yeah. I don't know. When it comes to like, I would rather go into a Walgreens than that CVS ever again, personally. But if Walgreens went under, I don't know. They're also expansive.
The Walgreens over here off Southwest and Kings Highway is pretty raunchy too.
Southwest.
Just right. I think it turns into Van, but
Oh, that one. That's a new one too.
yeah, it's like built into the existing.
Yeah. They opened that like when Taco Circus was
architecture.
open, and that parking lot was all fucked up because all the Taco Circus.
Remember the time we went to Taco
haberdashery?
Circus for their inaugural service?
Yeah, I
at
think
that?
they're in the Central West End. No, they're in Clayton now. Taco Circus moved to Clayton.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, I don't know how. That place was a dumpster fire. I knew people who worked there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the food was all right. They had those high octane purple margs. That was a long time ago. That's when you were drinking.
Yeah.
Because we were getting margs.
Yeah, and they kind of got mad at us for eating so much dip, but our food took 90 minutes.
Well, food took 90 minutes, but that dip just kept coming.
They kept filling up the dip.
Yeah. And who no one refills cheese dip. No one does that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No
It
one
was
says,
because
"Hey,
it
you
was
want some more cheese
salsa.
dip?"
It was like a crema dip.
It was like an avocado crema. Avocado Serato crema. That's what it was.
Avocado Serato.
Avocado Serato.
Serato?
Serrano peppers.
Serrano. You said Serato,
Yeah.
which is a DJ software.
Avocado Serato. It was an avocado Serato crema, and then salsa, and then queso. Yeah.
Anyway,
In a little 3-cup dish, like you got it all at once. Didn't matter if you asked for it.
so what else?
I'm getting married soon.
Mazel.
That's fun. Yes. Shalom, shalom.
We could do another one of these soon.
We definitely can.
I love you so
We
much.
both got stuff to do.
Guys,
But it's
thank you
good
for
to be
coming
back.
back to Jacob V Weekly. We
It's
want to
good to be
invite you to
back.
join us on Patreon at patreon.com/JacobV. You can find me on jacobv.com, and there you'll be able to see all of my various things, including Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois. The Patreon is linked there. You can see all the various things we're working on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Anything that you could do to support us for free, please go ahead and do that first before you do anything else. We're on TikTok. We're on the Tickogram. We're on Snapchat.
On the YouTubes.
We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, please, for the love of God, and so forth.
Plug it.
Plug it up. Good Company in the Grove.
Did you mention Caddyshack?
Several
Still
times.
affiliated with Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois?
Yep. It's actually just Hamel. Save a life. Or nine. I gotta pee.
Love you. That was fun.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
That's good.